So another pressure. So this one we kind of touched on in another podcast, but I think it's very topical, and it's not necessarily a pressure of 30, turning 30 or whatever, but it's a pressure of when you finish school, like high school or whatever, the pressure is you go to university and then you get a job. Like you get into your career right away and you get a career job.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
And like you have to be like successful, like a certain level in your career by whatever age.
Exactly.
And if not, then like you're looked on as less, successful or whatever. Mm-hmm.
And we're expected to throughout life. I mean, I know it's important to grow as a person and everything else, but also we're expected in our career. So, okay, you finish your undergrad, you get into your career, and it's like, if you stay at a certain level in your career, that's also looked at unfavorably than if you actually climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
But then if you think about it, and we kind of talked about this again in another podcast, but there's two things that are wrong with this, I think. Well, there's a couple. But number one, nowadays, so many more people are going to university. So not all of them are necessarily going to be able to get corporate or jobs that they studied for when they finish. Because are there enough, and you mentioned this last time, are there enough jobs to sustain the amount of people that are graduating? Are there enough jobs out there for us to have full employment? And the second issue is the way that we're like, okay, you get your job, your corporate job, and we expect you to constantly be climbing that corporate ladder, getting more senior, getting more money, whatever else. But it's like, if you think about it, there's only so many, CEO, senior exec positions available, and how many people are trying to claw their way up there. Not everyone's going to get there. So there's kind of like that problem if there's not enough kind of positions available once you are in the corporate world to continually keep, going.
And like, why do we need to continually, keep going? Like
exactly.
When is enough, like how much money is enough? How much like status is enough? Yeah. We don't all need to be the CEO.
Exactly.
And like, just because you're CEO doesn't make you a good person, doesn't make you, more happy. Let's be real. A lot of them might be fucking miserable and horrible people. Who the fuck knows? A lot of them are horrible people. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Not all of them. Yeah. I think it's an interesting one too, because it's like, you're right. Like, I guess this is also another topic that we have to get into at some point.
Okay.
About capitalism and money and growth.
Oh my God. I just watched an episode, Daniel, of Dirty Money. Have you seen that?
No, I saw it come up on my Netflix. I really
you should watch it.
Yeah.
It's kind of about that. Okay. So like before we discuss, we can watch all of that. Okay. Because the first episode is about like the banks and how they like kind of fuck over people, and not all banks again, but like I do feel like a lot of banks, like they're designed to, make money off of money.
Exactly. Well, the whole thing about the banks and especially in like investment firms as well.
Yeah.
As such, like look at what happened in the financial crisis with a lot of the investment firms in the US. A lot of them, some of them went under and stuff, but I think a lot of the senior execs, there wasn't that level of accountability for actions that there should have been. Whereas if it was more of a kind of quote blue collar crime, they would have been punished to the full extent of the law. Whereas these people, certain individuals, and I'm not saying the industry, because I think there's some really good people that work in the industry as well. I met a lot because I've worked in finance, so I know. But I think what happened in the States and in other parts of the world, a lot of these corporate execs were walking away with millions while people were losing their pensions. Mom and pop who worked, maybe at the local warehouse or something, not making that much, but they've saved for their retirement, going to retire and lost everything, and then those senior execs weren't prosecuted properly. They still
not at all.
They still have their offshore accounts in the Bahamas and whatever else. So
it's crazy.
It is crazy, but that's for another.
I'm getting
into
I love
it.
How we either do like really serious kind of societal, social issue topics, or we'll just get drunk and talk about Netflix.
I know. I mean, that's just.
I hope you're enjoying this. Yeah.